What's goody? You know what? We're back. We are back for, what is this, 2 weeks in a row now? We're posting YouTube videos. We're gonna keep this streak going. I think the weekly YouTube videos are gonna work. Not much to say this time. Last video I yapped a lot. That's cool and all, yapping's fine if you got something to yap about. But then on the editing side, I have to go through and chop it up, and it just takes too much time. So we're gonna keep these before gym talks short. Today we have legs. It's been a while since I've filmed legs, I feel like. Anyway, my legs have grown a shit ton, I feel like. They've gotten a shit ton stronger. Again, the whole theme of this is it's crazy how getting stronger, getting bigger, they kind of go hand in hand. And like there is no such thing as just training for size or just training for strength. You can bias one or the other, but if you get one, you're gonna get the other. And there's a way to get both pretty equally at the same time, you know what I mean? Which is what I'm all about. I want to get bigger, but the best way to get bigger is to get stronger. And then you go about that a certain way, which I think was the full body training split. Perfect. If you're a beginner, perfect. Start there. Then now we're doing upper lower, and it's going to be a weekly thing. The goal, I don't want to say this. I'm going to say this, but I don't want to say this, and I'm not going to solidify this. If I do compete in a bodybuilding show, if I do, it will be March 28th, 2026. This year's 2025. So next year, March 28th. If I do, I have a ways, like the show registry ends on like the 17th, or like for the late registration fee on the March 17th. So I have a long time, but we're gonna bulk for this next, probably like, well, we got 6 more weeks of this like upping the calories, and then we're gonna like maintain, and then we're gonna maintain it for like a month or two, and then once I feel like I'm in a spot where I can like prep for 16 weeks or so, we'll do that. And then if I'm feeling good, if I feel like confident in myself, we'll do that bodybuilding show again. Now there's 2 sides to look at this bodybuilding show. There's 2 sides to take this, all right? There's the one like, why would you compete? Why would you compete if you're not confident you're gonna win? Valid. Why would you waste the time, the money, the effort to compete if you're not gonna win? However, my stance is, I'm doing it for experience. I'm gonna try to win. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna bring my best, but I'm gonna do it for experience because I love what I think of bodybuilding. I love lifting in the gym. I love tracking my calories. I love the daily grind. But then there's some people who love that, who have bodybuilded, and they just don't like the actual sport of bodybuilding. You know, like posing, routine, tan, skincare. That's a whole other ballgame that I have not experienced yet. So why would I pin and blast gear for bodybuilding if I don't even know if I would like the whole process, you know? So anyway, that's my thought process of it, is if I do it, I'm going in for myself, for experience, just to see what it's all about. And, but I'm gonna try to be my best, like obviously. So, that's the goal. I am bulking. I mentioned that. I am carbing up a little bit. It's great. I'm having a blast. I'm having a grand old time. I just had like chicken with mustard, and then I had, that sounds disgusting. I hyped it up, and I was like, I'm just gonna have chicken and mustard, but I also had English muffins with honey. Bro. And it's like, people who have a hard time, or people who claim they have a hard time gaining weight, it's like, bruh, you know honey exists, right? You know English muffins exist. You know, like, candy is a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, the goal of this bulk is to just get bigger, get stronger. Also, just take a break from cutting mentally. And then I'm not gonna get anywhere near as fat as I was. That previous, never happening again. Gee, Jeez Louise, man. Yeah. I'm gonna just bulk, stay relatively lean, and then come right back down and then start a prep. Is the plan. Is the plan as of now. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Gotta run, do a couple errands. Gonna pick up some peaches. On the way back, I'm gonna get some 3 to 6 pound test fishing line because I know I have some somewhere, but all I can find is 10, and it's too strong for my reel. It gets messed up all the time. Might like at Walmart for some Pokemon cards. If I do get Pokemon cards, it's not gonna be on this video. Follow me on TikTok where I will unbox them if I can find them. And that being said, at the Bucked Up pre-workout, code RudeBoy1 saves ya. Also this Bucked Up shirt. Very snazz, very pizzazz. And I'll catch you guys in the gym. This will be a good one. Alright, we're back in the gym with it. Got a calf press 8 rep PR lined up. Let's see if I can show you the stack. Oh. Got a 10 pinned on, then a little 2.5 magnet on top of the stack. Dude, the craziest thing is people always say, hey, if you want to do calves, do a bunch of volume. People will say, like, do jump rope on calves for big calves. Really, like, train them like everything else and just get stronger calves. And then your calves will grow. That's what happened to me. They're still small, but my calves are bigger than they've ever been. So, you know, I'm gonna run this for a set of 8. And then again, the new training split program. 1 8-rep set and then 1 15-rep set. So 2 sets per exercise, then to the next exercise. Anywho, we're gonna run this. Just another set of 15. But I'm not gonna film the sets of 15 today. And then on to whatever's next. Beyond the hamstring curl mat, I got the stack with all the little slide-on change on there, a 5 and a 2.5 magnet. I ordered a gym pin for this bulk because I'm gonna need it. So I got the gym pin on the way. That'll be fun, that'll be exciting. And I'm gonna set you guys up. We go for a good 8. Good 8 here. And another thing about training like this, you only have 2 sets. So don't mess up your reps. You know what I mean? You only have so much volume you need to do, so make the quality of that volume really high. I want a full stretch. I want to squeeze everything by trying hard. No shortcuts here. Anywho, we're gonna run a set of this. Now we on to adductors. adductors, just about a full stack here. Just one little, whatever you want to call that thing, one little thing left. I'm gonna be full stacking. I'm trying to rock this for a good 8. And man, if you got hip problems, you know, getting good at the adductor machine like this is my range of motion. Like damn near parallel to the wall, you know? If you can get good at adductors in a borderline extreme range of motion, you can kiss a lot of your hip problems goodbye. You're gonna be strong and you're gonna be stretching it at least once or twice a week. And you're gonna get strong in that range of motion. So, run this, try to find a good camera angle for it. To bounce back to that hip advice though, I'm not a doctor. So there's a bunch of different types of hip pain. You know, adductors might help them, but it might make it worse. So just don't, if you have hip pain, don't just jump into adductors. You know, try to figure out what it is and then what helps. You know what I mean? Anywho, on to the next one. On to RDLs. 300 on the bar today. We try and get 300 for 8. And again, I've warmed up to it. Don't just jump to 300. I started at a plate, then 2 plates, then a plate and a quota. Now my working set. With RDLs, with squats, even with like a heavy leg press, or even just like really anything, with any lift, you have to get a breathing pattern. And especially with squats, RDLs, heavy leg press, it's important to brace. So you see I don't have a belt on, and that's for, y'all might flame me for this, but as someone who's used the belt a lot, I always find when I use a belt, I'm just gonna say it, all right? Y'all might flame me. I think when you use a belt, it just makes your lower back weaker, straight up. I know. I think you should only use a belt for like a 3 rep, like a 1 to 3 rep max. If you're doing something for 8 reps, it's not heavy enough for you to where you need a belt. That is kind of like that's a rule that, like, it's not a real rule. Like that's like a blanket rule. There's exceptions to that. However, knowing how to brace, knowing how to, brace your core, not crunch your core, but like breathe, stiffen your lower back, keep your lower back straight, good form, all of that's important when doing these. Like you don't want to, I would not lift this off the ground if I didn't have my air in me, braced, and then I lift, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna run this. Versa grips, of course, for this, or any type of wrist strap. I like Versa grips, I can afford Versa grips, but there's very cheap figure 8 wrist straps out there that you should get for back training, for heavy legs, whatever. Anywho, we're gonna run this and see what happens. on the booty blaster. Now we're doing abductors. Abductors. So, for all you ladies out there, the probably zero of you that watch my videos, if you're telling me if I get so good at this thing, you know, where I got the full stacking and then a plate pinned onto it, if I can do that for 8, you're telling me my upper booty, like my side booty, ain't gonna be fat as hell? You know what I mean? So, I'm trying to have that shit jiggle when I walk after this bulk and not have it be lard. I want that shit to be like muscle jiggle, like when a when a horse walk. We're gonna do this. All right. Okay, on to quad extension. We got the full stack here with 15 extra pounds. Been loving these lately. Gonna run it and get a good 8 reps. I've been loving these. That's recently, I just feel them so good. So I'm gonna run this. Got that for 10. So now next week, we're gonna have 20 pounds on the side of it. And then 8, and then 25 pounds for 8, and then 27.5 pounds for 8. Then we get stronger, we get bigger. Yeah. Let me just zoom in on this real quick. Everybody wanna be a bodybuilder. Ain't nobody wanna lift no heavy ass weight. Bye. Yeah, I love this. I love this shit, man. We got, so I'm doing single leg. So really if I was doing double leg, it would be 600 pounds. Plus however much the machine weighs. So but instead it's like 300 pounds per leg. Take that for what you want. Gonna move this, and I feel good. We're gonna move this for so many. I don't even know. I don't even want to say 8 because I feel like it's gonna be like 13 or some shit. What I say about carbs, boy? What I say about carbs? I'm a fucking machine. I'm a machine. That went really well. Did that for 10. And then next week, we add a 2.5 to each side. And we do 602.5 pounds. Or, no, 605 pounds, 2.5 to each side. Or however you want to split that math up for 8 or more. And we get stronger, we get bigger. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this for 15. And then I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna say it now. Oh, 2 sets. You ain't even gonna get a pump. First off, the pump don't matter. You're not here to train for the pump. Pump's fun. I'm sure you might be bigger temporarily, but once that inflammation goes down, that's all it is inflammation. Get stronger, get that real muscle. Slap on them bones, boy. Because when you diet down and get skinny, you're not inflamed no more. You better hope you have that real strong muscle, not just that blood in it from having constant inflammation and pump. You know what I'm saying, boy? Anywho, I'm gonna run this for 15, then I'm gonna catch you guys for the pump after that. I'm saying it now because I'm gonna have it. That's how confident I am. Give you guys a little bit of a pose down here. Not like that though. That's fucking horrible. Hit him with this angle. Just realized I didn't film a proper outro. Gym was good. Thank you guys for watching. Great day. No complaints really. Got any questions, any comments? Leave them in the comments. Give me a like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And that's really it, y'all. I'll catch you guys next week.